2.5 years invested in Brett Hundley. 2 years invested in Joe Callahan, the backup. I feel good about our quarterback room. Good run after the catch by Jamaal Williams, and after a 21-yard gain, here's another big gainer.
High formation. Remember, they threw out this formation to Ripkowski the last time. They give it to Williams, and he has a first down to the 45. Boy, if he somehow stays on his feet.
This game on the road against a divisional opponent.
Stepping up is Floyd. Look at Williams, and powers his way to a first down. My, oh my, he should be excited.
Keeps at the edge with a quarterback like Hundley.
1st and 10 pitch out. Here comes Jamaal Williams. He gets a nice block on the play from the tight end Rogers and takes it down to the 43-yard line of Baltimore.
3rd down and 8. As he moves backwards against Williams, and Jamaal Williams is inside the 30, out in front, a Green Bay touchdown. 54 yards on a 3rd and 9 with Hundley throwing and backpedaling at the same time.
Back there with the cowboy hat on, I never want to see him in coverage again.
He's a great listener in that conversation. Meanwhile, we've got Williams now bursting out to the 22-yard line. Taking down toward the 2-minute warning. From the 4, inside throw, Williams dives, and he is in for the touchdown. Jamaal Williams on his 20th carry of the night.
For Green Bay. Hundley hands off to Williams. Jamaal.
I really like this kid.
Green 18, Green 10.
It's Williams. Jamaal. Touchdown.
Green 18, Green 10.
Hundley will stutter step and wide open and into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Jamaal Williams. Blown coverage there by the Browns. And that is his 7th touchdown on an opening possession by Green Bay this year. The only team in the league that can say that.
Green 18, Green 10.
As Hundley on 10 of 16. They run it to Williams, and this is his best run of the afternoon. That'll be a gain of 12.
Green 18, Green 10.
They're going to run it to Williams. Big hole. And he flies inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line.
Green 19, Green 19.
Blitz coming. Williams over the left side, breaks through. And a first down to the 24.
Going nowhere fast.
His season-long run, 24 yards. He's averaging over 7 yards per tote. Now you've got a 9-yard run here by Jamaal Williams to follow that up to set up a 2nd down and 1 as Green Bay tries to get it going.
A monster.
Green 18, Green 10.
2nd and 8. And nice run here for Williams. Ty Montgomery was their #1 running back, but he's on injured reserve. Just another of the injured Packers.
The starter checks back in. Hundley getting a rush, and they get it to Williams, and Williams has some running room, has a first down, gets inside the 30-yard line. Hundley, after a delay, hands off to Jamaal Williams. Best run of the day by far into Lion territory.
2nd down, they'll run it. Nice cut by Williams, right up the middle. Boy, that was a beauty on this wet turf. And he's got a 10-yard gain. And
make it a 2-possession game. Rogers looking around. And they convert on the 2-point conversion try on the completion to Jamaal Williams.
So Lucas Patrick now comes in. Here's Williams with blockers in front as he kept his balance. And now Kendricks comes in motion with an offset eye. And Williams will run behind him before he cuts back and gets to the outside with a great stiff arm.
Now, of course, they got Kendricks at fullback.
And into the end zone is Jamaal Williams. So they run it after all, and Green Bay on the board.
In his rookie year with a tremendous performance in the game in 2014 at Lambeau. Meanwhile, Jamaal Williams Now picks up a first down.
Gonzalez, who just hit the extra point. Williams bringing it out, or beyond the one, I should say, and straight ahead, a good return. Extra shove, and he gets up across the 30-yard line where Rodgers and the offense will take over.
A little bit of a tendency to kind of ease off a little bit and make sure you're not doing anything that can get anybody hurt.
Jamaal Williams from inside the 5 on the bounce. And he does a good job to get back up to the 24-yard line. Rodgers, 3 out of 3 so far, dumps it off the other way to Williams, who gets a block. Jamaal Williams inside the 40 of Chicago. Need 3 for a first down. It's Williams with a big hole, and Jamaal Williams crosses midfield down. Jamaal Williams is in the end zone for a Packer score.
The quarterback's blind side. No Aaron Jones, no Randall Cobb for the Packers. This is Jamaal Williams, a first down and more across midfield. First and 10 from the 20. It's Williams. Nice cutback. Jamaal Williams has another first down on the 7-yard line for the Packers. This is Jamaal Williams inside the 5. He's in. Touchdown. On first down, it's Jamaal Williams. Williams across midfield into Jets territory for a Packers. Rodgers now 400 yards in the air for the 7th time in his career. 3rd time this season. Dumps this one off. Jamaal Williams inside the 30, still going. Finally tackled at the...
Now look control.
Rodgers, look out. A little dump off here. That's Jamaal Williams. You know what, Chris, the thing is that so many of these teams now aren't playing.
Again, it's Jones and Williams in the backfield. Rodgers looks the other way, and it's Jamaal Williams. He's headed to the end zone, and he's in with a Packer touchdown.
A good Broncos team that just doesn't have the record to show for it right now.
Yeah, they feel they've played better than 0-2 as Williams breaks across the 30-yard line, trying to get a push from his line. And there's a flag down.
Williams on the tap pass. A stiff arm, turns the corner and goes in.
Against a defense that he has figured out. He knows exactly what they're going to do.
And with that thinned out receiving core as well. Williams catches an opening, and there he goes. Jamaal Williams. Down to the 10-yard line. Packers are knocking on the door.
Give it to him, and in he will go. Dan Vitale, the fullback, leading the way. First down from the 49-yard line and through the middle. Big hole and exploiting is Jamaal Williams for a first down to the 37-yard line with Juan Thornhill, a rookie out of Virginia, the number 2 draft choice.
Problems in the secondary. They've got it screwed up. They're going to have a defensive end out there.
3rd and 1. Rodgers under pressure again and just has to flip it, and it is going to be caught by Williams for the touchdown.
You know, that's just the inexperience coming out in Kyle Allen.
Handoff here to Williams, who's got a first down carry out to the 35. On first down, why not keep running it? Williams with another big carry. Carolina with no answer for the Packers ground game.
Rodgers surveys, under pressure again, another near sack, and then he does get it away to Jamaal Williams for a first down. Takes it all the way to the 30-yard line. beatdown. 3rd down and 9. Julian Taylor was the injured 49er. And out through the middle and picking up the first down.
And they hurry it up to the line of scrimmage after that 43-yard gain. Confusion there. It looked like he was expecting to hand it off to Barkley. And then Jones is just smothered from the 25-yard line.
Rodgers with time. Flips it to Jamaal Williams, who slips a tackle. And Williams gets inside the 10-yard line where it'll be 1st and goal, Green Bay.
Jamaal Williams with a power run down near the 10-yard line. Williams, some tough carries, and he's got plenty of running room. Tearing through the Lion defense up near the 40-yard line. Jamaal Williams straight ahead for 2, and the Packers add on.
Sounds like a good left tackle to me. You want to protect you. All 3 backs are in the game. Rodgers to throw down the sideline, and is caught. It's Jamaal Williams again out of the backfield. We talked about it in the open.
Just made it pretty simple for Rodgers for the pickup.
Sean Murphy bunting closest to him. Here is a handoff to Williams. Still going down near the 40. They're going to mark him at the 41 of Tampa Bay. 25-yard carry.
On the toss, it is Jamaal Williams. Cuts back inside. And he's brought down inside the 2.
In this 4-minute drive.
1st and goal. Williams, touchdown.
They're going to run it. And no signal. I don't think he got there. Williams going to come up short.
Underneath, pass caught, touchdown, Green Bay. Williams.
Back in 2018, an ankle injury was all last year. Big opening for Williams up the middle to the 25-yard line. A gain of 17. And Aaron was like a kid in the candy store. Straight ahead run. Williams powers, spins, and scores.
The last 2 pinning him at the 1 and now the 6. Jamaal Williams. What a run.
I know the road teams have had a lot of success this year, but Lambeau's a different beast in the elements.
As Williams again still on his feet. Jamaal Williams staying alive inside the 10. It looked like that play was over, but he kept on chugging for 15 yards, and it's 1st and goal.
He can play the quick game, intermediate, or the deep game downfield.
Here is a toss to Williams, who has blocking and has a 1st down into Tampa Bay territory.
Continued to run the football. Nobody thought Andy Reid would do that, but he sure did.
Here is Jamaal Williams on the return. Pretty good return. Still rumbling out near the 34.
They got some serious work to do if they're going to make that look the same in this dramatic turnaround.
2nd down. Williams, gaping hole up the middle. And Williams into the secondary and down at the 38-yard line. He's on the left side of the line. Fells in motion.
They're good to boot Jared Goff, too.
The handoff instead, and it's a touchdown for Jamaal Williams.
Nothing wrong with that. Keep it simple.
So the Lions put 6 more on the board.
Detroit from their own 39-yard line. Jamaal Williams, running room, more running room, across midfield to about the 47-yard line of the Baltimore Ravens. Deshaun Elliott makes the stop. Jamaal Williams, call on the right side, inside the 25 to the 24 and a 1st down.
Jamaal Williams in the backfield, he's the thumper.
And the thumper looking for the end zone. Still no signal yet, and not going to be a touchdown signal. Williams thinks he got there.
Williams
The running back, he gets the carry and has running room. Jamaal Williams all the way down to the 32-yard line and another first down. He thought he could have had more.
Right now they got 3 tight ends in. Look for another run.
There is that run. Williams, a little cutback, found a crease, breaks a tackle, and Williams swiping his way forward to the 35-yard line. He's fired up.
You got to grind this thing out, and that is exhausting for a quarterback play after play.
From the 40, Rams bring pressure. They run into it with Williams. Williams into the secondary. He's got a first down. There's a bit of a splash play down to the 24, a pickup of 16.
I'm thinking now would be the time, open this thing up a little bit because Chicago's expecting you to play close to the vest.
They hand to Williams. And he finds a huge hole right up the middle. And a nice carry of 19 yards.
He's motivated to get back to his team.
Right now out of the picture is Jamaal Williams, turns the corner, and what a run for a first down. One of the better runs we've seen today from either team.
Williams a little setback. They give it to him straight ahead, and he pounds it in. Touchdown Detroit. Jamaal Williams.
It's Williams. Breaks through for the touchdown.
It is a handoff for Jamaal Williams. He's in. Touchdown Detroit.
Swift picked up 9, second down and 1. And now it is Williams with a first down and more for Detroit. Second down and 6. Up the middle, it's Williams.
Williams in the backfield. He gets the call straight ahead, and he's in. Jamaal Williams, touchdown Detroit.
That's exactly what he does. When they get in the red zone, it's Jamaal Williams time down around the goal line. Young budding stars in the coaching realm in the NFL.
Second down and 6. And once again, it's Williams. So DeAndre Swift, who we did see in the first drive, dealing with a little bit of an ankle issue, and Williams is starting to be the workhorse here. Goff now 22 of 30. Hands it off. Williams, right side. Williams extends and scores. Back into the end zone, Jamaal Williams with a 13-yard rushing touchdown, and Detroit extends their lead. 13 games last year. Happy to have him back. They run behind him again. First down and more as Williams bounces it to the outside across the 40.
And wisely stays in bounds.
Williams, and that's going to be a touchdown, Lions. Jamaal Williams. He's not going to dance. Just a little. Williams with a big hole. Jamaal Williams. Can he take it to the house? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Lions.
Second down and 6. Jamaal Williams picks up a Lions first down. There is a flag. Well, the 35 on first down. Williams cuts to the outside and has a Lions first down.
No, but they're 50% from here where you should be like 85.
It's Williams. He's going to get one. He's got a whole lot more. Look at that run.
Williams at the 5, and he'll take it in for a touchdown. Finally, the Lions get in the end zone. It's their first touchdown since October 2nd in the fourth quarter against Seattle. Back to Williams with a flag down. Williams scores the touchdown. Let's see what the penalty is.
You know, they had a shift and then a motion, and I'm not sure if they were all set early. Maybe it's offside lined up.
Offside. Defense number 94 was lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
8th rushing touchdown of the season for Jamaal Williams.
You're looking at as window players for 1 or 2 years. You wouldn't be able to practice and work as hard as the Lions do.
Flag is down. Williams has the first down and more, rumbling into Miami territory.
Try to catch the Packers off guard a little bit here. Stay with the run game. Williams right up the middle. It's a big hole. Jamaal Williams with a first down into Green Bay territory.
Oh, look at the big guys in there.
Got big guys in motion. And Williams finds a crease. Oh, slips a tackle. Williams fighting and leaning to the Bears' 25-yard line.
And that PAT is going to come back and bite him.
Up the middle, in for the touchdown is Jamaal Williams. His 9th rushing touchdown of the year, and the Lions are an extra point away from taking the late lead.
League circles are really high on offensive coordinator Ben Johnson.
They go with Jamaal Williams, the ex-Packer in the backfield. Give it to him to run on first down. And a big hole for Williams right up the cut, and has an 11-yard gain right out of the gate for a first down.
They've got to find a way to capitalize and finish here with a touchdown.
Williams, left side, racing to the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. His 10th of the year. Jamaal Williams puts the Lions in front. One on the clock. Williams looking for the end zone again, diving forward. He's in for the touchdown. 2nd of the game, number 11 on the year for Jamaal Williams.
Look how many guys they have on the right side of their offensive line. They got 5 guys to the right.
Give it to Williams, looking for his 3rd of the day, and he's got it for the touchdown. 3 for Jamaal Williams and a league-leading 12 on the year.
The key to the game is inside. Remember, these guys in there are hurt, both guards, so who's going to win that battle?
Here he is, Williams. He's in for the touchdown. His 13th of the year.
They lost at the wire on a field goal behind the Bears. Here's 3rd and 1.
Going outside, there's a lot of room over here. Williams, Hamlin, got away from him, and bounced out near the 10. He's in the backfield. He gets the football, he gets the touchdown, and the Lions take the lead. Jamaal Williams, look at him go. Powering for a first down across the 27-yard line.
I wonder if he just fell awkwardly and they're kind of just loosening him up.
Now the Lions from their 25. Jamaal Williams up the middle. Picks up a first down.
At least this game or next game.
Barry Sanders in the building. There's Jamaal Williams.
There it is.
Number 15 on the season. Just one behind Sanders. Giving his team a chance.
180. What's that?
To play some football past next week. Jamaal Williams. Cross midfield, still going. Adding to the huge numbers for the Lions. Offense, in particular, on the ground today.
That old English team's been on the Tigers' hat since 1904. From the 43 on first down, it's Williams bouncing to the outside. There goes the former Packer into Green Bay territory at the 44-yard line. And a first down. First and goal, Williams to the right, to the end zone, to the lead. Detroit Lions touchdown. And he ties Barry Sanders for the most rushing touchdowns in a season by a Lion. Williams into the end zone. The Lions retake the lead.
The ball. Just give me the ball. That is now the franchise record holder. Rushing touchdowns. Here's Jamaal Williams. Saints continue to run the ball well against this Carolina defense as Williams picks up 13.
But today, they're putting it all together. Blitz coming. Carr, you're going to float it out for Williams. One-handed catch. Gets a block. Jamaal Williams has a first down. Good athletic play for Jamaal Williams. We get a penalty as well. Jumbo formation here. They're going to run it to Williams, who sneaks outside. First down and more. Jamaal Williams. And back-to-back big plays, and the Saints in business already in field goal range.
You know, there's a lot of factors that cause you to not be successful, and as we watch this touchdown.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, that's
Williams with his first touchdown of the season, and that's the rivalry, right? It looked like a knee, and the Saints score a touchdown with 1:10 to go.